Imagine sending a letter with no street number, no apartment code, and no map pin. Somehow, it still reaches the right person. Strange today, but not impossible in the past. Before modern addressing became normal, an address might mean, near the city gate, beside the market, behind the church, or next to the blacksmith. Finding someone was not just finding a building. It was reading a city's social map. Today we divide cities into streets, blocks, house numbers, and postal codes. Older cities were often less tidy. Roads bent, names changed, and homes were not always clearly marked. A messenger entering town did not see a clean spreadsheet. He saw wells, bridges, shrines, markets, docks, workshops, and alleys. The address did not need to be a perfect coordinate. It needed to help a local person reduce the search step by step. Landmarks were one of the strongest tools. A letter might point to a famous well, a leather market, a stone bridge, or a public square. Once the messenger reached that area, smaller clues took over: the third row of houses, the lane behind the stalls, the courtyard past the bakery. To an outsider, this could be confusing. To locals, it could feel more natural than an abstract street name. People were just as important as places. A messenger might ask, "Where does the shoemaker live?" or "Do you know the widow from that family?" In close communities, occupation, family, religion, guild, and reputation all helped locate someone. Today we check a map. Earlier messengers might check the memory of a shopkeeper, gatekeeper, innkeeper, servant, or neighbor. A delivery could work like a funnel. First came the city. Then the district, parish, quarter, or market area. Then a landmark. Then a trade, family, or household. Only near the end did the search reach a specific door. Different places had very different systems: official routes, private messengers, merchants, travelers, or servants. The main point is that house numbers were not the only way to locate people. So letters arriving without house numbers was not a miracle. It worked because cities were dense, and people were often locally recognizable. A known doctor, flower seller, apprentice, teacher, or family name could be enough for neighbors to point the messenger closer. But it was not perfect. Letters could be delayed, misdirected, or left at a pickup point. In familiar networks, the system was often good enough, not flawless. As cities grew, informal memory became less reliable. People moved more. Governments needed taxes, policing, records, and services. Businesses needed strangers to find them. Postal systems needed repeatable rules. Over time, standardized street names, house numbers, districts, and postal codes became more important. This did not happen everywhere at once, but it marked a shift from cities known by relationships to cities managed by systems. So how did mail find people without modern addresses? Not through one magic method, but through layers of local knowledge, landmarks, trades, neighbors, family names, reputation, and routine. A modern address feels like a coordinate. An older address could feel like a story: enter by the gate, pass the market, ask the shoemaker, find the courtyard behind his house. Before a city could number you, it had to know you.